first. Oh, what's up, Ruthless Nation? Here we are, Thursday night. It's the first round of the playoffs, and we are getting going at Martinsville. It's the round of 12, first race. We're going to have a bunch of guys just trying to get some points tonight. I think we're having a short field. At least some guys just had some Christmas plans get in the way, but we'll be off next week for the holidays, so I hope everybody has a good time while doing that. But tonight, we're right here on the Ruthless Racing YouTube channel, getting ready to go live from Martinsville to see who can, kind of seal themselves into the round of 8 before we get to the Charlotte Roval here in a couple of weeks, and that's a tough track to have to do well at. Looks like we got some people already a part of us here tonight. West Higgins ORV. Oh, JWoww wants in the booth. Alright, we'll get you in here, JWoww. Give me a second. I don't know where you're at, JWoww. Is this you? JCR, JWoww is back. Alright, there we go. Alright, we'll see if JWoww gets in here. He's always fun to have in a booth. Got Skew Car up in here now. Awesome. Looks like they still have not went green yet, so we're still waiting. I'm all good, for anybody who's wondering. I got JWoww invite to the booth. If he joins, we will see. Got the join message. I'm trying to get JWoww in here before I go. Alright, cool. I got him an invite, and we're getting ready to load into the race. Thanks to everybody who's watching. Appreciate it. Make sure you lock the stream for us. Much appreciated. We appreciate over here on the Ruthless Racing YouTube channel. But right now, we're getting loaded into this playoff race, the first one here in our round of 12, and your West Higgins ORV Pole Award sitter is the 10 of Typical 30 RRS. As we get going at the paperclip, it is familiar, some familiar faces up at the front, the 10 and the 18, and they got the 4 just behind them. And it's still door to door here through the first couple of laps. Up at the front, oh, we got a pile up here in the back. A lot of discrepancy around 5th position. And this is some tight corners to get into here at Martinsville. Playoff on the line. Hollywood not in the field tonight, so a good chance for some of these playoff drivers to jump. It's a 12-man playoff, and I think we got 9 in the field, so some points being missed by some playoff drivers maybe tonight. Been on board with DK Brown. Got Big Ben in the 45 out here. 15 of Kill It Like Jason G-Dog in the 17. The 42 of Kenrod Death Before Dishonor. Nascarillo. And Typical, your leader, finally getting away from the door-to-door lock with the 18. The 4 just back there in kind of no man's land in third. The battle up front still very tight between the 18 and the 10. Tonight we'll break it down with 1, 1, and 2 pit stops. And that last stage could have some strategy in it. It all depends. Typical, a tough customer here at the paperclip. Burnout rule is in effect as well. Looking at 64 laps here in the in the first stage total. Hollywood is out being mid somewhere. That is facts. He's at the most mid bar that you can watch a game at. So I won't say what one. Thanks to everybody who's joining in. Got up to 8 viewers now. Please like the stream. Subscribe if you're new here. Over 1,800 subscribers now here on the Ruthless Racing YouTube channel. The March to 2,000 still very much alive. And you know what that means? Another free diecast giveaway on the horizon. We have already given away 3 free diecasts so far, not counting the ones that our champions win every season. Oh, into the wall, the 18 here. And it's going to separate him and the 10 a little further. The 3 of in third, the 4 of MJ Bros. He is, like I said, no man's land, really. It's like Typical Henson, then MJ Bros, then like everyone else. It looks like the 15 of Kill It Like Jason has moved up into 4th position here early on in stage number 1. Looking good out of that 15 camp tonight. He's got the 8 of DK Brown trying to make a tough move up on him, though. Got Death Before Dishonor in the 24 behind DK Brown. That's 4, 5, 6 there. As we look at 53 laps remaining. 52 when we get to the line with our leaders. There we go. It's kind of a quick lap time here at Martinsville, so I said our burnout rule is in effect, and so far not any cars real in the view of the 10 here. You know, you would imagine once you get this many laps in, someone had already gotten too loose, but you can see clear up to turn number 1 right here, and yeah, nobody in view really for the 10 at the moment. Martinsville, a very awesome playoff track in my opinion. 49 to go in stage number 1. And I imagine we see these guys, you know, run about 30 or so laps, and then they'll go in 4 tires. All right, we got JWoww loading up. You're ready to join us here in the booth. And there it is. It's Henson Typical right there. And then MJ Bros. And DK Brown finally got up and around the 15. And now he's got Death Before Dishonor making a move hard on the inside. And that makes Kill It Like Jason there in the 15 lose 2 spots now to DK Brown and Death Before Dishonor. And it looks like the 8 of DK Brown's looking to just get out of Dodge here, as he has moved up to 4th. And you can see he's just, you can't even see Typical and Henson from the view of the 8. And MJ Bros is quite a bit ahead of the 8 here. There's Big Ben. Oh, there's the 8 getting, I guess, loose right there out of 2. We will have J-Well eventually. Oh, it looks like engine failure there for the 16 to not Nascarillo. Lead still belongs to Typical, but the gap is not that large. All right, so it looks like the gap gets a little bit more separation here. Henson had made up a lot of ground, and the one who really needs to make it up, I guess, is the 4 here, as if he were to want to try to catch up to 1 and 2, maybe something on the pit strategy, which is still at play here. 40 to go here in stage number 1. Henson starts to lose more ground to the 10. He had made up for it. Gets loose off of 2 a little bit, I believe. Off the candy cane maybe a little bit. Oh, and up into the wall is the 10. Heavy damage up into the front right corner of the 10. That will certainly close the gap here between him and Henson. The 18 in a very good move now. Not sure what happened to the 10 right there. See heavy damage up there on that front right. Right front. Whatever. I seen him catch the candy cane mid-turn. I think he just tried to stay in the same amount of throttle and ran out of racetrack. And that will happen here at the paperclip. So far, I have ran a cleaner race at Martinsville this week than Typical. I guess, you know, I didn't make contact with anything. Not like that. All right, so Henson, you know, I think he's having just as many issues as the 10 was, as not looking favorable. But now we start to see some cars come into the view of our leader as J-Wow joins us in the booth.
We're back.
It's good.
We're going to need a second to load up into this race here, but it looks like a good one so far.
Oh yeah, coming together here pretty good. Hopefully the pit stops stay pretty even. I don't know, the gap between Henson and Typical may be the largest of the stage.
Yeah, I wonder if Typical got any damage coming off that turn.
Oh, for sure.
There.
That, I mean, visually, yes, that right front has got something going on. We can see it here. Got a few scrapes. You can see some lap traffic, G-Dog there getting worked around by Typical. And we'll watch the same deal here, our 17 allow to the faster cars. And that just goes to show you, they are lapping cars, and MJ Bross is a whole straightaway away from that lapped car now. So Henson and Typical way on the pace here tonight. As Typical, once again, candy cane snips the wall. Oh, Typical into pit road now.
Coming to pit road.
This is along with Henson. MJ Bross, here he goes. He's not going to go on pit road. I was saying, you know, maybe he could do some kind of strategy. He could run it long. Here in this stage. Big Ben now on to pit road, along with G-Dog. All right, so it looks like we still got a lot of cars out here that are just going to run the long game, which I couldn't blame them to do that. Right now, the 24 is in your lead as he goes down pit road and everyone else follows suit. Typical and Henson both back on the track.
Do we have anybody doing a POV?
Yeah, you got Typical, Kenrod, and I think that's it. All right, so Typical goes around, regains the lead from all the cars on pit road. So now I'm going to stay on the 10 here so we can see what this merging is going to look like. Very tight here at Martinsville. We look ahead. Here comes the 15 off pit road. He will not have the momentum here. This will draw him door to door into 3 and 4. He's going to have to heavy brake down. Oh, almost contact.
Contact!
Maybe they did get a little contact there. I knew Typical was going to try to dive it down and hit ahead of him there. The 18 of Henson is our second place car, and you can see how far behind he is now of the 10.
Straightaway back.
Typical grazing the wall down the front stretch.
Now, Typical could just go run his own race right now. Doesn't have to worry about too much pressure from the 18.
Yeah, he could really just set a pace here. It's 25 to go in stage number 1. Henson tries to make a move through this pack of cars, but I don't think he's going to have anything for the 10. He's going to have him smack that candy cane quite a bit.
I wonder if Typical is going to have a shot here at lapping MJ. He's had a pretty good run so far. He's still got a lot of laps left.
Middle of 3. MJ is in the middle of 1 and 2. So there is a shot there, you know. We're down to 23 to go in the stage. And it's possible. That would be, last I checked, all the way up to 3rd place. Just in stage 1, that would be pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's a lot to make up. It's almost half a track.
So now a lot of important battles throughout the field as well. The lap down cars who's trying to, you know, be in that free pass position. I think the 15 at the moment might be the free pass car.
So it seems like everybody's already done their one pit stop for the stage.
Yeah, I think the rest of the field went in about 2 laps after the first set. And, you know, Kenrod, one of those guys, he was running 4th when that second pack went in. You can see he's already at the mercy of Typical here.
I wonder if he's going to let him go here.
He about has to. And there he goes. You best bet Kenrod going to try to keep it right there.
Six seconds. I don't know if he can make up 6 seconds here to get up to Mike Ross.
Would be a lot to do with.
Just scraped the wall. He's been flirting with that exit lately.
He has.
He's pushing it.
He's going to have 16 to go here in stage number 1 when he crosses the line. I wouldn't try to do anything to put it in jeopardy. I mean, even though Henson, you know, you would consider him a straightaway away, but a good enough incident could have him right there on your bumper.
Yeah, and that could lead into the next set of pit stops after the stage, and you could lose a spot, and now you're stuck on the outside, and the whole debacle right there. So if he keeps his car clean, he should be fine.
Thanks to everybody showing up and stepping into the chat here. Appreciate everybody. Please like the stream. Check out West Higgins ORV, Skew Car, and the Ruthless Discord. That is the pinned comment in the chat. All three links are part of that. And also thanks to JWoww for joining us here for the first playoff race from the paperclip.
Yeah, we just snuck our way into the playoffs this last race, so we couldn't make it to this race. But the next couple races, I think, will be just fine.
Yeah, and you know, you got Hollywood missing too. A little looseness off of 2 for the 10.
I don't know how he runs in that full car view. I just not a fan of it.
Yeah, that chase view is tough.
Maybe that kind of hurted him when he booted Henson out the way for the championship. Couldn't know where the nose was at. But as you see, he's closing in on here on the A car, DK.
That would be up to 4th position, I believe, lapped if he gets up to that 8 and gets around him. And it comes down to 10 to go whenever they come out of 4 and cross the line this time.
Oh, he's going to get there. I think he's got enough time.
All right, so DK Brown kind of running for his hope and dreams at the moment. I mean, he would be the first lap car down, so I think the 15 would hate that.
Back there.
No, no way.
Well, no typical. He's getting everything out of his car right now. You can see he's pushing it to the limit. But what I've noticed, he hasn't really pulled much away from Henson. He's got about the same pace, give or take. I'm pretty sure a tenth here and there after like 10 or 15 laps. This is a big rhythm track. So this is almost like Richmond. It's all about rhythm.
Yeah, you're doing the same thing every single lap. You just want to make sure you hit those marks consistently. And I think we're looking at 7 to go there when they hit the line. DK Brown in that 8 still trying to run away from our leader.
Pushing it there off that corner.
On board with the 8. See how clean he can keep it here late in stage number 1. Next stage we'll see 1 pit stop, but we'll see these guys have to run a little longer on their first go around.
Yeah, DK's gonna have to mess up here or something because he has to run him down. There's not very many laps left.
Oh, typical, a little loose there. It's gonna be 4 to go whenever they come out of these last 2 turns of Martinsville.
Oh, that 17's kind of backing up. I wonder if that's going to affect DK's line here, or just like a visual representation going in these corners. That kind of could mess up your rhythm a little bit.
17 already laps down, I do believe.
Way up the track to 17.
Oh, that definitely put a little something between him and the 8 here. 17 going to go way up the track. Typical also tight entering that turn. Out of 2, he's been having a lot of trouble. Bounces a little bit off the wall, I do believe. And he can't worry about trying to get up to DK Brown at this point, I don't believe. He may just need to finish.
Out.
Yeah, you got 2 laps to go right now. Just get the stage win.
The juice wasn't worth the squeeze right there, so I think that's why he noticed it. There's too many cars to get your car damaged. It's not worth it.
All right, last lap of stage number 1. Typical, rather dominant here. As you can see, second place well behind, and there's third. Typical able to lap all the way up to the 5th position, and he is very slow. gave a lap back to, G-Dog. And that will be your stage 1 winner there. Typical. Second of Henson. Third, MJ Bross. Fourth, DK Brown. I think fifth was Kenrod, who will get our free pass. So top 5 on the lead lap out on 9 here. Or still 8 on the track, I do believe. Engine failure for the 16. But Typical on a good little streak here. I think he's won 2 of the last 3 races, and now he gets a stage 1 win here at a very good track for him at Martinsville.
Yeah, I think this restart here in the stage 2 is going to be a little more aggressive. Everybody's kind of a little bit more comfortable racing around each other. So it may be a little more bumping and banging here. Other than stage 1, they're kind of being a little cautious here and there.
You can kind of get those longer adjustments in on this pit stop as well. Pit stops brought to you by Skew Car and West Higgins ORV. Make sure you check them out. Our West Higgins ORV Pole Award winner is your stage 1 winner. And all right, Jay, well, we got Typical and Henson on the point here for stage number 2. Let us know what you see.
All right, let's see the start of stage 2 here. We're going to dive into turn 1. Fairly clean. Oh, Henson dives it in there very hard. If he's going to maybe make it stick. No, not too much, but he's just going to fall on line right here. We got the 24 trying to sneak in here, but there's a lap down. It's all the lap down cars battling for each other. Oh, Henson looking low. Is he going to try to make it happen? As we go side by side in the turn 1. And he makes it stick. I don't know if Typical would let him go there, but is he going to look low? He is. We're going side by side for the second lap in a row. For the first lap. And here we go. This is clean racing. Yeah, it looks like he's going to try to dime in that corner. I don't think he's got enough power to get it off of there. Hey, but he showed Typical that he could get in the lead, that he has that same speed, and all he needs to do is just be a little more aggressive, kind of protecting the line. His car.
Oh, a little bump here.
Oh, he gives him the bumper.
Maybe kiss the wall here on the 10. He's going to have to dive it down real deep into 3 and 4. Going to wash up the track a little bit. Allow the open up on the inside there for the 18.
There.
Oh, just clear here into 1 and 2 is the 10. Man, had to move there.
Gonna angle that line to go high and enter low. Couldn't get that corner that he needed. And this is just stage 2, folks. I'm telling you, this is where I told you they're going to ramp up a little bit. Not too much, but just to show that they both could contend for the win here.
Now MJ Bross has a little bit of challenge here with Death Before Dishonor. Oh, a bump up into the 4.
Bumper! And another bumper!
Oh, and that allows DK Brown to make a good attack. I think Death, let out of the throttle there a little bit. Maybe didn't mean to get all the way up in there.
I almost called him DK Metcalf there. Well, he did give him. It was a chain reaction. The 24 hit the 4, and then they bobbled up so much that the A car ended up hitting the 24, and they both shot up the track. So in DK, he just took advantage of that. But I think everybody got cleaned back up. I don't know what that was. I don't know if it was a retaliation or just he just overdrove that corner for the 24.
Yeah, that was rather interesting. But MJ Bross, able to hang on to his position nonetheless. All right, starting to see a more familiar side up front. The 10's starting to put a little bit of separation on the 18 here. Third, fourth, and fifth, though, that's heating up.
I think Henson, next time he has a chance of attacking the lead again, he's going to have to be a little more aggressive holding that bottom line, because that is the preferred lane. But I don't know. Typical has that speed. He could hold it on the top, even if they go side by side next time. But he does put that chip in his head. Henson put that chip in Typical's head, showing like, I got that speed. I could still take the lead from you.
Yeah, I think he had typical scrambling just a tad there at the beginning of the stage. As we complete lap 13.
Now it's everybody's just, this part of the stage is just everybody getting in the rhythm, Don't have to push too hard, just focusing on getting your laps. Is a typical scrape the wall a little bit there.
Right, MJ Brown starts to find a little pace to separate himself from 4th and 5th. DK Brown, Death Before Dishonor still stay very much together. Henson not losing all that much.
Yeah, he got a little tight there off 4. I don't know if his car just can't get it to rotate just like as typical wants to off these exits, but early run he has the speed. I think long run it kind of falls off.
I think most drivers here in the next 12 to 15 laps will start trying to go in and get that one pit stop finished here in stage number 2. Technically, you know, anybody could go in right now. But you're going to be on some really old tires at the end of the stage if you take all 4.
Yeah, what I'm seeing from the 18 car, he just can't rotate his corner off of the exits of these corners. He's getting a little bit more tighter than how typical is. I believe typical is running a little more looser setup, and that's what's making him get off those exits very well. But it kind of pays towards the end, as you know, Henson misses that corner right there.
Still very close, though, you know, just accounting for all that tightness that the 18 has as we experience.
Yeah, that's a tight loose right there.
Oh, yeah.
I know exactly what he's battling. Oh, man, he's pushing it.
Yeah, he's at each exit there, last 2 exits, we've seen the 18 have to save it. Let's see if that's the same deal here.
Yeah, he's had to back it off way a lot here.
Still got good power off the 3 and 4 there. He was flirting with that wall on the exit of 2. All right, now we got the 15 who's made his pit stop. It's kind of in the way of MJ Bross. That kind of bunches the 8 and the 24 right back up against him here. Battle for 3rd, heating back up.
And that 15 has pressure tires, just getting ran down.
Looked like he was having a little bit of a loose issue on the exit before his pit stop.
But all those 3 cars earlier, the 4, the 8, and the 24 that were all bunched up, they're still running together. I mean, they're right under a blanket. Nobody's really pulled away.
All right, now MJ Bross gets around the 15. 15 gets himself between the 4 and the 8. Oh, DK Brown kissing the wall there out of 2. Death Before Dishonor, I think, almost got into the bumper of the 8. Had to shoot it outside for a second.
4 just got tight there. Got to hit the wall. Oh, 24 just almost missed it. 8.
It's the second turn in a row we've seen that. Death Before Dishonor makes a move to the inside on the 8, clears them into 3 and 4. A little bumper here from the 8 back to the inside. Not going to have it.
Caught a little curve there with Mike. Oh, we got a battle back here. Oh, he just gave him the bumper right there.
Oh, door to door, they're touching each other.
They're
hooked. I think MJ
I think
Bross,
he had a pit.
yeah, he needed to go down. Didn't know what was going on.
I don't know if he was just showing him some displeasure right there, but
Yeah, I don't know.
He had a pit no matter what. But he did get bumped up the track the previous corner.
Oh, yeah, he did. Right, typical remains on track. Henson has lost about half a turn to him.
Yeah, that, right as Mike was entering the pit, I saw out of the corner of my eye the 18 was coming off the exit 4, and he's still having that tight problem, just hitting that wall.
You
Tight
see it
loose.
again.
Yeah, he's trying all different types of lines right here. It does help. The more straighter the exit you can get, it kind of helps not get the car too loose.
Like I said, I think we'll see some guys trying to pit around this time. There goes Typical right now, actually.
There we go. We got both the leaders pitting. Oh, is he going to miss the pit road? Nope.
Don't know if that was
side
got a little heat on that one, though. MJ Bryce did go in earlier, so keep an eye on him at the moment. Got 31 laps remaining here in stage number 2. This is your Ruthless Racing Pro Series from Martinsville, round of 12, race 1. Only 9 guys started the race tonight, so got a lot of good points for anybody in the playoffs here tonight for sure. And I think the big story is Hollywood. You know, he's up there in the points, not making the race. So, see if anybody leapfrogs 14 after this one. Thanks to anybody who's watching. Please like, subscribe. All that is very much appreciated. As DK Brown is down the pit lane, along with Kenrod. Typical is already back out along with Henson, and the separation's about the same, maybe a little more to the 10 now as Henson really kisses the wall off 4. Be 29 laps remaining here in stage number 2. So I always say, you know, if you win the first 2 stages in Ruthless Racing, just how, you know, in the history, if you win the first 2 stages, that usually doesn't play into your favor. So do you think that's going to be kind of the same trend?
So.
Yeah. I think that's going to be the kind of the same trend tonight.
Well, that would be exciting if that does happen. And I see a winner, an underdog kind of, because nobody really has the pace that Typical got, except Henson on the short run. But if we have a late race caution, hey, anything's up for grabs.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you know, oh, there's Typical kissing the wall off too. See, we got some people joining us in the chat. Appreciate everybody tuning in.
Got Redneck Jesus.
Redneck Jesus had himself a good race Tuesday.
Have you seen William Byron's paint schemes lately?
I have. Are you with him or against him?
I'm very against him. Like, his paint schemes over the years have just declined so much.
I like the Valvoline one.
I don't know. I feel like it's too basic. That like the previous ones from like 2021 and 2022, those was with the yellow number. I felt like that would be a great one. But this one that I just saw, I'm not a fan of it.
You don't like the main gray scheme?
No, not
I feel like they've never done that really, or since at least like back in the day.
What does the chat think? What do the fans in the chat believe?
Does anybody like William Byron's schemes?
Paint schemes.
I like the Exalta with the flames. I like the Valvoline. I'm not so much with the Raptor.
Raptor's always a hit or miss.
Yeah. Too much green on this one, I believe.
Yeah. That's coming up on 17 here. G-Dog.
Henson coming up on the 45 now. Oh, 45 dives it to the inside to give him some room. And he'll be clear down into 1 and 2.
21 laps left. Coming up 20 to go at the line.
That 4 is still around that pesky 15. Finally gets around him. DK Brown finds himself behind the 24, Death Before Dishonor.
Yeah, these two have been battling for most of the stage. DK and the 24 car. They both got almost equal amount of pace. And at 15, I think he's got to be. Oh no, he's a lap down, I believe.
Yeah, we're coming down to it. I mean, everybody already making their pit stops. You know, the gap's pretty much the same between Henson and Typical. Still would take, I think, a candy cane mistake or something of the sort.
Yeah, or speeding penalty. Because they got 2 stops coming up. I feel like the big stop would be the first one. If Henson can keep up with them and put that pressure on them, I think Typical could mess up, or who knows, there could be an accident right behind him and maybe get a little bump and he speeds. I've had that happen a number of times, ended up on the bad side.
Probably had me a win Tuesday, but I got a speeding penalty, so yeah, that does happen.
But we got Typical coming up on a Gaggle car, is probably about another straightaway away. I don't believe he's going to come up on them by the end of the stage.
He would be up to Kenrod. That would be 5th place once again, I do believe. Or no, that would be 6th place, I think.
Is this stage a little shorter?
I think this was 1 lap longer.
Okay.
Than the first stage.
Yeah, it seems like everybody else has a little bit faster pace, I believe. Couldn't lap as many cars. We got 45 here coming down pit road.
Typical gets around Kenrod there. Death Before Dishonor and DK Brown both get around the 15. That is Big Ben down. He said the second stage was 61. I thought I saw him fire out. I guess it is. It's 3 laps shorter, actually. I saw it when it was in the pits. Oh, Kenrod way loose down here on the backstretch. Kisses the inside wall. He's able to save it, though. Good save there by the man in the 42. Typical just needs to keep it together here. There's 10 to go now in stage number 2.
Yeah, Typical was coming up on a kill like Jason over here. They just kissed the wall a little bit. It's almost like a Darlington stripe what he's been doing, kissing that exit.
15 has been a pesky customer as a lap car. But Typical gets around him pretty quickly.
Yeah, a little bit better than last time he got around him. Close call.
Henson works around the 42, now looking ahead to the 45 to get around him. He dives it down. Sorry. Well, just Henson trying to make a move around the 45. He also has the 15 to still work around.
These two are battling, but I believe the 45 should be a lap down.
Oh, we got a good battle back here. It's the 4 and the 24. MJ Bross and Death Before Dishonor. They get hooked going down the backstretch.
Whoa.
Down to the inside the 24. He got it.
Yeah, that 24 must got a long run speed because he ran him down pretty good ways. As he almost blows the corner, the very next corner as he passed him. I
DK
had this
Brown.
theory. I had
What's
this theory that Typical and Killer Like Jason are brothers.
Oh,
That's
really?
my theory. Yeah. They kind of talk the same. They only respond to Discord at about 3 a.m. They both do the same thing. I'm just saying.
This is a theory I could probably back up. I really could.
Yeah, so I'm just going to spit it out there. I've said it before, but I think they're brothers. Brothers or cousins, but they have almost the same exact voice.
And they ain't letting
And they
nobody
always
know.
talk to each other. Oh, Henson just smacked the wall pretty hard. Don't got very many laps left.
No, we're getting down to it here in the stage. Be 2 to go at the line. Right now to be 1 to go out of 4. Oh, little bit up into the wall there. Just 1 to go here in stage number 2. Can Typical hang on to it? Sweep the stage. As you can see, Henson, he's in second, still battling with the 15. Loose again out of 2. Maybe the 10 there of Typical, but just got to keep it
They
clean.
still got 1 more lap, so we got to keep an eye on the 4 and the 8 here.
And there's Typical, your stage 2 winner. Henson going to finish second.
Is he going to let him by? They're side by side going in the corner. I think he took a little easy. No,
oh, big bump! Oh, he's going to let him have it. Didn't want to bump him like that, I guess.
He hit him, though.
Dang, Typical, Henson, MJ Bross, DK Brown, and Kenrod. So death before dishonor was a lap down. I guess maybe a speeding penalty. But death before dishonor finishes in 6th. Kenrod rounded up her top 5 and was the lucky dog here.
Here we go. This is the last stage. This is what we waited for.
That's right. This should be 118 laps, 2 stops. We're going to see a long run, probably around 50 laps, a full fuel and tire stop. Another 50 laps or so, depending on how some of these guys run it. Another 4 tires and fuel to make it to the end.
Here we go. Oh, Henson's in 4th. He must have major damage.
Yeah, he must have got a lot of damage over the course of the stage with the wall. We through the skew car restart zone to start stage number 3 here in our first race of the playoffs, and it's the paperclip. Typical has won stages 1 and 2. Can he hang on to sweep it here in the first of the round of 12? Yeah, he gets off to a really good start there. We'll look on back to Henson as he tries to get around the 4 as quick as possible.
Oh, a little
way
bump there.
down.
Henson said, "I gotta go. Move."
He is on the move.
Literally and figuratively. That's a big gap to run him down. He was a lot closer last time, putting pressure on him. Typical. But if he loosened up his car, which was kind of dangerous if he did, to get to him on a short run. But he's gonna
candy cane.
He needs to lay down some perfect laps here, but hitting that curb there ain't gonna help him. He needs to go 101% here, as his chances of winning are starting to fade pretty quickly.
Still a lot of room for mistake out of somebody, though, with the 2 pit stops. So there is hope out here.
There's definitely hope, but the chances of the more bigger lead he has, I doubt the more risk he takes going into the pits.
Well, something else to think about. These guys have not run more than probably 33 to 34 laps on a run. They're going to have to push that 15 to 16 more laps here in this stage twice. So it's going to be interesting.
I've seen how loose they were getting on just the shorter runs.
Yeah, that 10 was really loose, I felt like, once we got in the later parts of the run. Henson kind of looked like he may have had just the same problems throughout the whole stage. And, honestly, that's probably something that more he could adjust to than typical, having to get adjusted to a really loose car with, about 40 laps or so on those tires.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Appreciate everybody watching.
These two have been the top two cars of this race.
Oh!
Scraped the wall there again.
That's going to close the gap a little.
Yep. He's putting pressure. This is the closest he's been there off this run. He couldn't really get the corner that he wanted right there.
Ooh.
Had to overcompensate and get loose. But Henson was laying down some perfect laps earlier.
Yeah, and you got to think Henson, he started in 4th on this restart to the stage. So he has worked back up to the 10 here, which is something we've not seen. We've seen him be with the 10 and draw back. So he's worked his way up to the 10 now. This could be a little different that we're seeing between our top two.
He's trying. He's definitely trying. He's pushing the limits on this car. Didn't want to get that corner right there. Oh, man. I saw it coming.
Unfortunate.
And we're talking inches here. He's missing it. He's missing the corner or turning a little too early by a couple inches here and there. And it really hurts that lap and that rhythm that you want to get into.
You see, typical, he's way down lower than Henson in 3 and 4. I felt like Henson did gain a little bit there in 3 and 4. Very much different in 1 and 2 as well. Henson more low in 1 and 2 than typical. Very similar on there.
Oh, they both got loose a little bit right there.
See how something else is shaping up. That is MJ Bross, DK Brown is 3rd and 4th. I think Kenrod is our 5th place driver. He is still on the lead lap. So top 5 still on the lead lap here.
Yeah, these two are both laying down near identical laps.
I honestly believe this is more of towards of a win towards the 18. Like I said, he's had to work up to this 10, and he's right here on the bumper of him right now. I think we're seeing a big difference as, the 10 gets loose out of 4.
Yeah, I don't know if he was toying with him earlier in the race, man, showing him he didn't have the speed. And now since he's having that pressure on him, the 10's not used to having this close of a car to him this late in the runs. Oh, man, they touched right there as he hit his bumper, and he shot straight up the track, got real tight. But then 10 got loose too coming off that corner. Man, they're battling.
Like you said, compensate. I think the 10 may have tried to compensate for that, middle run looseness he was experiencing. And then Henson, as we had mentioned,
the bumper.
He did get up into that bumper of the 10. Henson just has to drive a car that has a problem. And that's something you could probably adjust to or just fix your driving style or something and get a little more out of the car.
See, I see as he's getting a little more closer to him, it's kind of harder because you don't want to use, there is a bubble here in this game. So if you get right to his bumper, you're kind of at a disadvantage because you're going to have to take that higher entry, and that's normally not your line. As the 10 missed that corner right there, is he going to get another run? Man, he's there. He just needs to fit the nose.
This is our battle for first, ladies and gentlemen. Here in stage number 3, 2 pit stops to be made. And you can see it right there, a little kiss up to the Mustang.
Yeah, and once you hit that bumper off that exit, it does upset that car. He could either get you loose or tight, so it's unpredictable.
You see, typical, he drifts up a little bit in 3 and 4.
There you go. This is He's going to have to seize the moment soon. He needs a mistake by the 10 while he has a perfect corner.
Amazing closing speed, middle turn for the 18, but the exit for the 10 too strong.
I see what he's trying to do. He's trying to have that higher entry, lower exit, but it's just his normal line that he takes that has that amazing lap is just not the run he can get off the corner.
So this is this is about the best battle for first we've had, and I hope the pit stops are just as good. Yeah.
Missed the corner there again. He's out of rhythm. The 10 car, he's getting rattled.
Yeah, riding that bumper by the 18, that's a good move, especially at a short track where it's a lot more acceptable. You know, you can just kind of rub a guy all throughout the middle of the turn, and it could just, make him think, hey, this guy's really right here and attacking. But, you kind of see down the straights, Henson really lets up so he can just get that real big run up into the 10 on the middle turn.
If he keep his car close enough, if going to the pits, he could short pit him by a lap, and he's going to be there. So if he can keep this gap, he's actually at an advantage because he can control when he wants to pit before him.
I imagine that most people will try to stretch it. 48 is our legal tank that we're running, but you could stretch it out. You save fuel at the short tracks just naturally. 250 lap runs here. Maybe Henson could maybe run the first one short to like a 49, run the next one to like a 51 or something, because it's really going to come down to the last pit stop, and if you can make it on the half a can or the full can, that could be the big difference here at the end.
Henson has really improved on this run compared to other stages. He's been behind his bumper, and he's not really overdriving it too much off the exit of the corners like he was, kind of getting tight. But he's driving the hell out of these wheels right now.
Yeah, these guys, two really long runs for them before the end of this one. It should be around 20 to 16 laps remaining from the last pit stop, depending on when guys decide to do it. Right now, it's looking like we're finishing 165 right now at the line. Starting 165, rather. And real loose out of that.
Gave him the bumper. He gave him the bumper. He's side off the exit. Oh, they're side by side for the lead.
And Henson has it for the moment as they go through 3 and 4.
Clear.
He is clear, and he will lead a lap here in stage number 3.
And the 24, he's kind of separated them both right there.
Oh, yeah, he has.
Pressure tires.
Yeah, he did go down pit road already. Oh, into the wall, the 10.
The 10, now he's not used to following somebody, so I wonder how it's going to start affecting him. He's loose. He's really loose right now.
He's having problems. We had called it. Once you get to about the 30-ish laps here for that 10, he was starting to get real loose.
Oh, man, I hate how this 24 is in the middle of all this. He's trying to get around. He has a faster car.
Oh.
He has a fresher tire. Just let him go. Let him go. 10 dives it in there deep. You're just going to lose more time, Henson, if you keep racing side by side.
Yeah, you just got to let him go.
24 just goes. He better goes, but oh, man.
Yeah, he's got to have the 24 have cleaner laps than he's having.
Yep. He's pulling away on the exit, so he's fine. After a couple more laps, should be good.
82 laps remaining. Oh, this is going to be mayhem. Oh, big wreck by Typical. Smashes into the wall.
He smacked the wall. Is that a caution right there? No, I don't think it is.
No way.
I called it. I mean, he's getting loose. I didn't know if he was pushing the limits. He was
he
pushing
did smash the wall.
1 and 2.
Oh, he did.
That's a lot of damage.
He's going to go down pit road. Man.
Man, what you said about stage 1 and 2 winners, they don't have the luck in stage 3 like they do.
No. That's the history of the Ruthless Racing Series. Don't win stage 1 and 2 in the same race, ladies and gentlemen.
Henson, he's got it in the bag. He don't got to run it too hard. He just take it easy in the pit road. Because Henson's got to, Typical's got to fix all that damage. As we see, he has 5 seconds of damage. That's 5 more seconds. Take it easy. Take it easy.
Down
That's
in pit road.
Right
Very weird. All right, so that's going to be good for Henson. Had Typical needed to fix that damage.
A 19.8 second stop.
Yep, that's not going to be good. Typical off pit road after the hard smash.
Major playoff implications.
Oh, yeah. That also probably helped out the 4 car, maybe. Yes,
Possibly. They were pulling away by a good margin.
And he was on pit road before the 18. Typical works his way around pit road. He's up to 4th now, still a lap down.
Another pitch here. Let's see what the gap was going to be. Oh yeah, he's way ahead.
42 of Kinrod goes into the pits as the leader.
And he had the faster car in the long run, so he's going to naturally pull away. Just be getting the rhythm. Do they have a win you're in for the next round?
I don't think it works like that. It might.
Okay.
I'm not sure how he done it the playoffs. I know there was no winning in for the regular season. He actually put a ticket on Alex's name, so that may be the case in the playoffs. Win the next round.
And Jason and Big Ben, they're way out of rhythm here. Way out of the groove. I don't know. That's not what Henson wants to see.
So Typical is second. So I guess the 4 didn't gain all kinds of time.
With Jason. But he should clear him right here. Should be no problem after that.
All right, Henson is our leader off the mistake by the 10 right before this first pit stop in stage number 3. B-News Stu, JWoww in the booth here. It's Ruthless Racing Pro Series on the Ruthless Racing YouTube channel. Please like the stream. Subscribe if you haven't done so. Over 1,800 of you now. And, yeah, make sure you check out West Higgins ORV, SKU Car and SKU 2. And use code SKUCAR at checkout on SeatGeek for $20 off your first purchase. Paperclip been good to us tonight, I do believe. It's been a good one.
Yeah, it's definitely been a good one. The stage 1 to stage 2, he kind of knew who was going to pull away. The stage 3, Henson went from 4th to 1st with authority. He may have been toying with them in stage 1 and 2.
And I really do believe, we seen Typical just getting loose there with about 30 laps or so on those tires. And Henson, he was just consistently tight loose off those turns. And I just feel like that is so much easier to compensate for than a car that's just like driving so well. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, my rear end's not underneath me anymore.
Yeah, you've seen him really falling off when about the last 15, 20 laps of that run, when Henson was like really on his bumper, he just like out of control. And then once Henson passed him, it was just like off. Like he just had no control over it, and it definitely showed right there, right as he hit the wall and almost spun it out. He hit it pretty hard. But we got the presumed brothers coming up on each other. He let them go. Oh, he's still side by side.
Family.
Just like Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
I haven't seen I got to see the ticker if he's made it up any time. So he's 3.2 seconds now. It's been about 3 point. Yeah, he's been holding the same pace this whole time.
Even
3.2, 3.3 this whole
yeah,
run.
and getting around the lap cars in the middle of all that's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, I seen they had the same pace. Like for stage 1 and 2, they had the same pace, but it's how are they going to do when the other gets in the lead? Like Henson, once he took the lead, it kind of just showed. It's like he's the powerhouse of this stage, and he has the long run speed. Henson, typical, he had the good speed, just enough to not do too much in the stages because the stages were a little bit shorter. But now we have 2 pit stops when you have to go on the long runs, and the longer run car showed right there after that first run in stage 3.
Yeah, I mean, just like you said, I feel like it's going to take, barring a mistake by Henson, I feel like it's going to take some kind of strategy from the 10 to try to put this race back in his hands. After that first pit stop, I mean, I guess the best he could do is just split the rest of this race.
He's gonna have to try something. I don't know if like no tires or 2 tires, less fuel, but I don't know what the strategy is around here. But he's gonna have to try something.
I think a lot of guys just like taking 4 anytime they go down, but I felt like that was something that you could do in a desperate attempt. Maybe take no tires or just right sides. That's definitely 8 seconds. Better than anybody taking 4. Henson works up to death before dishonor. Thanks to everybody tuning in. Much appreciated. Henson around the 24 as they start to work on lapping a lot of this field now. Let's see, Kenrod, he is right there in view. I think that's our 5th place car. And then 4th place is DK Brown just ahead of him.
It's all about clicking laps right now. It's all the pressure is gone. He just needs a 3.2 second lead. That's plenty to just not do too much, not overdrive it, underdrive it. Just getting your laps done, and yeah, you should come away with the win here. But we still got another pit stop. Anything could happen in a pit stop.
That's exactly right. That's where I lost the race. Last pit stop can happen.
Man, 24 is really overdriving his corners.
.24 is between Henson and typical. Oh, MJ Ross, a little discrepancy getting around the 17 there. 15 grabs some wall down the backstretch. 45 of Ben grabs all the wall going down the backstretch. He's got the 4 coming up on him. DK Brown still on the lead lap for now, but he does have Henson chomping at the asphalt behind him.
He's coming.
Can Henson do it with another pit stop? It's a fair question. As we try to find our engine.
Highly doubtful. Or with typical trying to come away with this.
Typical working on the 24 back here. Out of 2, down into 3, gets around them. You got 52 laps remaining. Burnout rule is in effect. Still another pit stop to be made. You know, if I'm typical,
down to 3 seconds.
You know, yeah, you're catching right here. If I'm typical, you maybe just go down pit road. I mean, you could probably, well, here in a couple laps. Oh, as he gets loose off of 2.
But Henson is coming up on some lap traffic here, so I see his car is pushing. He's pushing off those corners. as Big Ben lets him go by right there.
Everybody been pretty good about letting the leaders through here tonight.
He's made up about 6/10 so far in this run.
Could get interesting.
That's 50. We got about 50 laps left. You're gonna have to make about a tenth every 2 laps. But we do have a pit stop, so I feel like he's gonna push it really hard coming to pit stop here. Because as Henson knows, he has that big gap. He's gonna take it easier. So that's a lot of time you can make up right there in between. If somebody's taking it easy and you're pushing it hard in the pit road.
Yeah, maintaining that 3-second gap is the 10 of typical. But, like, you know, it's all about how you're going to get on and off pit road here and what you're going to do.
But I see his car is starting to fall off a little bit. He's kind of lost about a tenth or two here after the last 5 laps. But we will monitor that. As he's sitting about now he's about 2.8 seconds. G-Dog, whoa! Just a bad timing for everybody. As G-Dog's off the exit, and Henson was coming. His car was right there.
It's going to be interesting. This typical comes up on the 17 now.
That looked pretty smooth. He got right by him. I believe the 42 is going to do the same once he gets up to him.
2.8 seconds is the gap for the lead right now. Henson is your leader. 1 pit stop still remains here in our first playoff race in the round of 12 for our Pro Series at Martinsville. It's been a good one. Wish I'd had one of those Martinsville hot dogs. Probably make this thing seem legit.
.5 seconds now. I feel like he's just not going to have enough time if he does get there. It's a much cleaner run. This is definitely a much cleaner run for typical.
You want to try, I feel like if you're typical, you want to try to get in a lap before Henson. Possibly.
Yeah, I believe so too. And he did the same thing. Well, he almost kind of had to because he did have damage, so any more laps he was going to be running. But it's Henson, he's coming up on DK. That may lose him some time once he gets a little bit closer to his bumper if he doesn't want to concede that spot.
There's 41 laps remaining. 40 there at the line.
Oh, a little loose.
Typical's car looks like a wrinkle-faced dog. I could see it.
Man, watching Typical's POV, he's really pushing these things off the corners. It's super loose.
He's cut the lead down to 2 seconds. Now. Yeah, almost 2.
DK's coming to pit road. No, that's Mike actually.
Right before he goes the lap down.
Right there. It kind of looked like. It almost looked like Henson hesitated coming to the pit road. I don't know.
That means our top 2 have lapped all the way up to 3rd at the moment.
Yeah, he gained about 3/10 right there, so I think he hesitated on that one. Oh, Typical's really pushing in there. He
did get in there. Let's see if he got in. Oh, man.
Oh, yeah, he did. He
did it. He did it.
That was a lot of time he made. The lap before, it was about 2.1 seconds. He saw Mike go on the pit road, and he kind of looked like he did a double fake if he wanted to pit that lap. And he lost, I seen the speed that he was going, he lost some time. And then the very next time around, he did pit, and Typical just closed all that time in.
This will actually probably put the 4 of MJ Ross back on the lead lap once he gets back around. So if DK Brown can somehow, I think he got his lap back just now because he is going down pit road. So we'll see how that's going to work out. Henson off pit road with Typical right there. They're neck and neck. Maybe the lead to Typical. They are right there.
They're stuck.
They are stuck together, door to door off pit road for the last time.
Nobody's wanting to.
Nobody wanted to give, but Typical finally settles into second. This is our battle to the end of this one for Martinsville. Who will punch that ticket into the round of 8?
Here we go. Ooh. I don't think I saw any changes being made going into Typical's car, other than just lower fuel.
Typical catches all the way up to about 2 seconds before the pit stop and just has an amazing pit entry to close this gap.
He's basically made up about 5 seconds because he did have 5 seconds of damage going into pit, and he pitted a lap earlier in that very first run.
Yeah. Someone post the Undertaker meme. Here comes Typical.
He's back. Oh, man, Henson, he's not used to having all this pressure that last run. I didn't think he was going to make up that much time.
The only thing going for Henson here is this is a 37-lap run, and you just hope he can hang on to the lead through the good parts of the 10 car and have the lead
right ahead of him.
At the bad parts. Yep, right here, the 4. He comes back to regain his lap, but now here's the top 2 working towards third once again.
I hope Mike don't affect this lead right here. Just let the leaders go if he gets close enough. Oh, Hinton overdrove that corner a little bit. This is going to be a good battle here. This is definitely going to be a good battle for the win.
All right, Henson and Typical 1-2. I know it's hard to believe, but they are going around the 4 to lap them. Oh, Typical makes a hard move to the inside.
It looked like he juked him right there.
He was trying to do something there. Just didn't work out.
Now, will he give him the bumper back? Will he give him the bumper back for the win?
Would be interesting. We've seen...
Or is he going to chastain the wall?
We've seen these two get bumper to bumper before.
Yep, it's nothing new here. It's just a matter of time. Yeah, Henson's car, a typical car, really came alive later in that last run. I wonder if it's going to kind of dwindle down to that, about the last 15-10 laps with who has a longer run car, medium to longer run car. Typical definitely had the advantage that last run.
Yeah, I mean, even though Typical could have found something to help that car for the longer run, but even though Typical makes up all that time on you before that last pit stop, I still feel like the 10 is in more of a scramble mode than the 18.
Yeah, we will see. But they're neck and neck. He's holding on. I think Typical's car is just gonna come more alive towards the last 10 laps of this run, and those last 10 laps are gonna be a dogfight.
All right, who will get the burnout that burns them into the round of 8 tonight? 26 coming up on 25 to go here at Martinsville.
Henson's job is just to stay in rhythm. Don't do anything too much. Just don't overdrive it. Just hit your line. Because if you mirror drive too much, you're going to end up making a lot more mistakes.
Yeah, you want to keep your eyes off that mirror. 23 laps still to go at the line to decide this one. Typical, he's had a lot of competition this season. Not as dominant as he was in Season 2, but he is still your back-to-back Pro Series champion. And, tonight he's had a good run to prove that he is going to defend that title, but it's going to take all 22 of these remaining laps to get it done tonight, I do believe.
Now, who would have thought after 250 laps, it's still going to come down to the last couple of laps of decide a winner here.
Yeah, it's got to be clean for these top two, but yeah, it is shaping up to maybe coming down to one of those classic Martinsville finishes.
Yeah, Henson is pulling away here. He's gapped him by a couple tenths his last couple laps. But he could start getting into scramble mode, like you said here, just trying to find speed somewhere to make up time, because time is running out. That time is not his friend.
19 to go. Can the 18 punch the ticket? Thanks to everybody who's tuned in tonight here for your Ruthless Racing Pro Series action. As we are just witnessing what could be here in about 17 laps between this 18 and the 10.
We got a lap car here. Hopefully he pulls out. Yep.
Oh yeah, the 45 here gives them plenty of room to battle into 1 and 2.
Henson's car's bobbling around. He typical made up about a tenth or two in that last lap. You can see he's fighting. He's fighting it. Is this where typical car comes in and has that speed that he found in that last run?
See the 18, he washed up a little bit mid-turn there in 1 and 2. Oh, off the wall a little bit is the 10. We look back from the nose of our leader up a little bit. Once again, maybe that's just the line he's looking to run. It's very similar last time.
Yeah, his line does look similar to the last 5 laps. Man, he's fighting it. 10 cars fighting it. Way up the track that time. But he's going to have a good run here.
Down into turn number 3 and 4. It is a little bit of a bump. And it's tightening up here late in this one for Martinsville. These two have put on a good show for us. Typical of the winner of stage 1 and 2, but he had a big problem here in stage 3. But he has battled back. And this is how it shapes up. Who
do you think's going to win? Type it in the chat. Whoa. I think he caught his bumper right there off the exit. It just shot his car off the track. As they're coming up on G-Dog here.
G-Dog keeps it low in 1 and 2. Goes down to the bottom of the track through the backstretch.
Veteran move.
Big shout out to G-Dog. He's been a part of Ruthless every season.
Loose.
Oh,
he's looking low.
10 to go here, and it's starting to get dicey.
They may have faked him there. He thought he was going to overdrive it. He hits the exit hits the wall off the exit.
And these guys are putting it all on the line right now. They want to be into that next round. They do not want to have to rely on that Charlotte Roval.
Both of these cars are driving terrible. But who can drive it better?
They're driving good.
They're driving good.
All right, can the 10 put something together for the 18 and take the win that pretty much is rightfully his? He's dominated the first 2 stages.
Coming to 7 to go here, right at the line. He's there. Is he going to stick? No.
Oh, can't stick it.
Fans,
all the way up on the Toyota sign.
Powerhouses.
Oh, into the wall is the 10. That could ruin his chances here at Martinsville.
He needs to lay down perfect laps here now.
There's no room for error now. That gap is just over a second.
Man, I don't know if he liked that. I don't know if Ah, that's just racing, man.
Yeah, that happens. That was brutal, though.
He has to lay down perfect laps. He needs Henson to make a mistake here. He doesn't have enough time. I don't think he can get there. But if he does, he knows he's going to give him the bumper.
Oh, yeah, it can't work all the way up this late and not do it. It's 4 to
He's
go.
made up 2/10 there, that last lap.
3 to go at the lawn.
Oh, man, he's going to have to make up almost 3/10 a lap. That's a lot.
He's really going to have to dive it in here, and that's pending any damage that he...
He
Oh,
pushed it
that
too
does
much
it.
there.
Sounds like we're calling a wrestling match here.
The finisher.
The 10 gets hit with the chair. 2 to go. Thanks, everybody, tuning in. It's 2 to go here from Martinsville. Henson looking to tag himself into the round of 8. Around 3 and 4 to take the white flag. It's 1 to go, presented by Skew Car here on the Ruthless Racing YouTube channel.
And Credit One Bank.
Yep. Down the backstretch for the final time. The 18, he's had a battle back all race long. A few mistakes out of the 10 late in this one makes him your winner from the paperclip. The grandfather clock belongs to the M&M man.
The Candy Man gets the win.
Burnout rule is in effect if they are choosing to do so. I don't
know if they're still racing.
Looks like
He's
they're still
going to the
racing.
wall.
Oh man, he really wrecked it.
He tried to chastain it.
They did not burnout rule it tonight. I feel like they wanted all their laps, but nonetheless, the result's the same. Smithfield Meat Hammer is Smishfield Meat tonight.
He tried to chastain the wall on the very last lap.
And it didn't work.
He took it at too much of an angle. He needed to ride the wall. And like you said, the stage 2 and 1 winner just does not get it done in stage 3. That trend always bites back.
History is doomed to repeat itself. Oh no, typical. We're trying to. Henson's enjoying his burnout here.
He said, "No, you're not going to take first away from me."
All right, so it will be Henson, typical MJ Bross on the interviews tonight. Typical, don't leave. We need all the results. I guess you did get them all.
I think he left.
Oh, he got them all. There was only like 10 people, I think. All right, there you have it. Henson, your winner tonight from Martinsville after Typical wins the first 2 stages. So we'll see what these guys have to say whenever they join us here in the chat. So we'll try to add them in.
How fast his lap goes to Henson.
All right. All right, I got our top 3 invites out. All right. All right, Henson, our winner. Man, it took the whole race to get that one done. And, you know, you was just right on the fringe. Basically, the first 2 stages felt like you had to try to get it figured out as the race went on. What it take to go out there and punch your ticket into the round of 8 tonight, the paperclip.
Took a lot of frustration, a lot of wall hitting, a lot of pit road adjustments. I literally changed everything on the car from tape all the way to the pressures. But man, that 10 car was a rock. He said I got him when I passed him. It was probably just a bubble. I definitely didn't do it on purpose. But man, we were battling like once we got back to each other, and it was just so tight. Like one mistake from either one of us, and it was the other person's win. So that was a hard fought one for sure.
Yeah, well, now you don't have to rely on the Roval, so is that a good thing?
Yeah, pretty good thing. I know he and Mike is pretty fast, and Hollywood will be pretty quick. I'll probably be mid pack somewhere, but it's I know it's just a game here, but it means a lot more than just winning at Martinsville. I beat probably the fastest guy at Martinsville, so it's a big one.
All right, Jay, well, you got anything for our winner?
And you battled back all race. I mean, stage 1 and 2 didn't go your way, but I saw that you kept up. You had pace. It just you were struggling a little bit there towards the longer run, but you made the adjustments. You fixed the car, and tell us about how when you passed typical the very first run in stage 3.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got him. You know how the bubble here is super, super strong, like whether it be a quarter panel or just straight up in the bumper. But I think I got him a little bit and knocked him up. And I don't like doing that to him. Definitely wasn't intentional regardless. But once you get that move, you just got to take it at that point. It's Martinsville, small track. It's kind of the only way to pass here. So
Yeah, especially because these cars they get so loose at the end of these runs, like almost any sort of bump or nick just upsets the car so much. But I understand where you're coming from.
yes, sir. I was all the way had the wheel all the way to 3 o'clock. So it was a very loose car, but you got to be loose and fast here. You just got to hold on to it.
Loose is fast, definitely great win.
Thank you, man. Thanks,
Yeah,
Stu.
great. Yep, great win there, Henson. Any shout outs?
Shout out all my Ruthless racing boys. I know me and Hollywood spent pretty good bit of time on my car, and he spent a good time on his car. So unfortunately, he wasn't here. But shout out to Typical, and shout out to Mike for running the regular season champ too.
All right. Congratulations, Henson. He's into the round of 8 here in our Ruthless playoffs. And we'll move on over to our man in the 10. Man, it just good 1 and 2 in the stages there. Or first and second stage, I should say. But just a lot of heartbreak in that third stage, it seemed like. What was the problem out there tonight at the end? Oh, of course
You
he
in here?
didn't join. All right. Well, MJ Bross is a good sport. How you doing there in third, Mr. Four Car?
Tired. I need a beer.
Man, I'd say so.
I
It
feel
was
you.
it seemed like it was a tough one out there tonight.
Yeah, I mean the front two guys just had a lot of speed and going into that race, I had a ton of bonus points and I knew those guys were stupid quick here, so I just kind of I had something lit. Um, a buddy of mine, Racer 10C, helped me out on a couple months ago here, and the balance seemed to be all right, but it wasn't anything special, so to just rode around there basically, tried to keep a P3 within within my sight there, and I think if that 24 hadn't have sped in pit road in stage 1, he probably would have finished third. His car was so fast, but DK and I were just kind of battling for third there the whole race. Other than that, we were cruising and riding around.
Hey, we seen you all there in like stage 2. It was just you three all bottled up there. What was it like battling through that and lap traffic?
Especially last lap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Jason came out of pit road on freshies, and I don't know if his car just didn't get rolling early in the run or what, but I had to pass him, and then he used me up, and I don't know, that kind of pissed me off. So I don't know if y'all saw that on the broadcast. I doored him down the backstretch, and then I just pitted early just to get away from
Oh,
all
we
them
saw it.
guys. Yeah, so yeah, it just pissed me off because he just drove into one and just seemed like he didn't lift and just sent me up the track. So I just let him know I wasn't happy with it, and all was good. just pitted, and we're all good. Everything's cool.
Hey,
Yeah,
as
I was
always,
wondering that. I was wondering
yeah.
if you were hitting him back on purpose because I did
Oh
see you
yeah,
lean on him,
yeah.
but then I saw
I
you
wasn't
pit
happy.
after that. I don't know if you were trying to, because I was like, it was a coincidence that you had to cut down to go into pits, but I was like,
No,
I don't
I
know. He
turned
did
left.
run him up the track. He did run him up the
Yeah,
track.
I turned left off of that. I was like, man, you can't. I mean, I get that he's in a hurry and he was on freshies there, but we were in a tight race there for third, so I was just showing a little bit of frustration, but it's just short track racing, no hard
That
feelings.
is short track racing.
It's just short track racing. But as always, I appreciate you,
The
MJ
red
Bross,
boy.
racing with us here, and another good
Red
finish,
boys.
top 3 for you.
Yeah, great race.
Thanks, man. And appreciate y'all being up in the booth. I have to rewatch it. I know it was a 1-2 for the guys up there battling hard, but I'll definitely rewatch it later.
Heck yeah, man. It's good to hear. Looks like we're finishing up here from Martinsville with Henson being your winner. J-Well, what's your big takeaway from tonight?
Oh yeah, I mean the top two, they really pulled away from the rest of the field, and they had the speed all race long, and it was them towards the end. I thought Henson was going to pull away there after typical hit the wall in the very first round of stage 3, but he battled all the way back, and he made up all that time an aggressive pit entry on that second pit stop, and it got him to where he could put him in a spot to win. It just unfortunately didn't come down. He made a couple of mistakes here and there, but still a great battle.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the whole race was a treat and a good way to kick off the playoffs. And once again, thanks to everybody who raced. Appreciate you, J-Wow, joining me up here. It's always awesome we get me and you together, I
Yes,
feel
sir.
like. And once again, congratulations to Henson, typical MJ Ross. Definitely three front runners for our Ruthless Pro Series championship, and it comes out that way here at Martinsville in the first race. So we will be off next week for Christmas. So everybody have a great, wonderful holiday, whatever you celebrate. Hope it's a good one. Hope you enjoy a lot of football here over the holidays. And as always, rock on, race on, have a Merry Christmas. Ruthless Racing.
Merry Christmas, guys.